From the outside, her life looked absolutely perfect. The kind of American dream that neighbors envied. She drove the right car, lived in the right neighborhood, had the right career. A respected professional with decades of experience. Someone you'd trust with your life. Her colleagues saw her as reliable, dependable, the last person anyone would suspect. But behind that perfect facade, something darker was brewing, something that would change everything. When the first victim was discovered, nobody looked twice at the respectable woman with a spotless reputation. She expressed shock like everyone else, offered sympathy, played the part perfectly. Police focused on obvious suspects, ex-boyfriends, known criminals, anyone except her. While investigators chased dead ends, she continued her daily routine, hiding in plain sight. No one suspected that America's next most wanted fugitive was living right under their noses. Because sometimes the most dangerous predators are the ones who look exactly like us. What happened next would shatter that perfect image forever and launch one of the most shocking manhunts in recent memory. If you're finding value in this, hit subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. March 15th, 2018. The morning that would transform a respected community member into America's most wanted woman. At exactly 9:47 a.m., she walked into First National Bank. Security cameras captured every calculated movement. What happened next defied everything investigators thought they knew about white-collar crime. She systematically transferred $2.7 million across 14 different accounts, each transaction perfectly timed. But she made one critical error, a single digital footprint that would eventually destroy her carefully constructed facade. For 6 weeks, authorities chased ghosts. They interrogated innocent employees while the real perpetrator walked free. Detective Sarah Martinez noticed something others missed. A pattern hidden in the digital chaos. The timestamp discrepancies. The authorization codes that shouldn't exist. Puzzle pieces clicking into place. April 29th. The moment everything changed. Martinez discovered the ghost employee in the system, an identity that existed only in digital form, created 3 months before the theft. The IP address traced back to her home computer. The perfect crime was crumbling. May 3rd, 6 a.m. Police surrounded her house. But when they breached the door, she was already gone. The woman they trusted, the neighbor they waved to, had vanished into thin air. America's newest fugitive had a 12-hour. As we discussed, the crime that shattered her perfect facade was about to become her undoing. But she wasn't going down without a fight. It was a Tuesday morning when she intercepted the phone call that would change everything. The FBI was closing in. Her neighbor had been asked questions. Her bank accounts were being monitored. Time was running out fast. But this wasn't panic. This was calculated precision. She had been preparing for this moment, longer than anyone realized. 3 different identities, $5,000 in cash, and a network of contacts that law enforcement never saw coming. By Thursday evening, she was gone. No trace, no forwarding address, just an empty house and unanswered questions. The FBI arrived Friday morning to find drawers pulled out, closets emptied, and a life completely erased. Traditional search methods hit dead ends immediately. Her car was found abandoned at a bus station 50 miles away. But here's what investigators missed. She never got on that bus. It was all misdirection. Credit cards went unused. Bank accounts stayed untouched. She had gone completely off the grid, using methods they never anticipated. Airport surveillance showed nothing. Train stations came up empty. It was like she had simply vanished into thin air. For 6 months, America's newest, most wanted woman was a ghost. But staying invisible requires resources and connections. What investigators building on what we covered with her disappearance, now came the real challenge. Staying invisible. She moved like a ghost through America's underbelly. Never staying anywhere longer than 3 days. Cash only. No credit cards. No paper trail. She paid for everything with crumpled 20s. But she wasn't running alone. A network of sympathizers emerged from the shadows. Her first accomplice was Maria Santos, a woman who believed the system had failed them both. Maria provided fake identification, Social Security numbers that belonged to the dead. Then came Robert Chen, a computer expert who erased her digital footprint completely. She became 4 different women, each with complete backstories and documentation. Jennifer Walsh, Lisa Thompson, Sarah Martinez, Amanda Rogers. She memorized every detail. The network grew. Safe houses appeared across 12 states. Each contact knew only one piece. Hair dye, colored contacts, weight fluctuations. She transformed herself monthly. For 18 months, she was America's most successful ghost, invisible and untouchable. But every network has weak links, and the FBI was about to find theirs. Within 24 hours of her disappearance, the FBI activated their most advanced tracking technologies. Digital forensics teams dissected every electronic footprint she'd ever left behind. Cell tower pings, credit card algorithms, facial recognition software scanning millions of faces. The Bureau deployed behavioral analysts to predict her next move. They knew she was smart, but they were counting on her making one critical mistake. The media blitz began immediately. Her face appeared on every news channel in America. America's Most Wanted featured her case. The FBI tip line received over 8,000 calls. Social media campaigns spread her image to millions. There was nowhere to hide. Denver, Colorado. A grocery store cashier was certain she'd seen her. FBI agents surrounded the location within minutes. She was already gone. Phoenix. A hotel clerk reported a woman matching her description had checked in. The raid team found only an empty room. And a message scrawled on the bathroom mirror. Each near miss only intensified the hunt. The FBI knew they were getting closer. But, as we'll see, it wasn't advanced technology that would finally bring her down. After months of flawless execution, she made one fatal error. It wasn't the FBI that caught her. It was something far more mundane. A simple phone call to check on her aging mother back home. What she didn't know was that federal agents had been monitoring that line for weeks. The call lasted exactly 3 minutes and 17 seconds. That was all they needed. Within hours, federal agents had triangulated her exact location in rural Montana. The arrest came at 5:37 a.m. on a Tuesday morning. She was drinking coffee in her kitchen when 20 agents surrounded the property. Neighbors described her reaction as eerily calm, almost like she'd been expecting this moment. Her only words during the arrest were, "I want to call my lawyer." Today, she sits in federal custody awaiting trial on 43 separate charges. Legal experts predict she'll spend the rest of her life behind bars. Her case has fundamentally changed how federal fugitive investigations are conducted. One phone call. One moment of human weakness. That's all it took to end America's most extensive manhunt. If this opened your eyes, smash that like button and subscribe for more.